So I want to speak about endoscopic spine surgery. Now, endoscopic spine surgery is a surgery in which a small endoscope of the size of a pen is passed inside the spinal canal at the desired area, and the desired surgery is performed. The commonest surgery that is performed is a discectomy. We see these patients with severe sciatica, and sciatica caused by disc prolapse or herniated disc can be managed with the help of endoscope in a particular set of patients, not in all patients because indications differ. But many patients have asked me to make a video on this, and that's why I'm making the video. Now, this is a spinal endoscope that we use. You can see how small the diameter of this endoscope is, and with a very small incision and sequential dilatation, we pass this endoscope at the desired site where the disc prolapse is, and we make use of SIAM guidance or X-ray guidance while we are passing this. So this scope goes right at the place of the disc prolapse, and then different instruments are available to perform surgery. This is an instrument called as trigger flex, which can be passed, and disc can be dissected, blood vessels can be coagulated with this instrument. There are forceps which can be used to grasp or cut the areas. There can be drills, endoscopic drills. There are endoscopic lasers which can be used to this. This is a cutter for the disc portion. Then there are graspers which can be used to grasp the fragments and remove the fragments. This is a grasper and cutter. So this is how the spinal endoscope looks. A camera is attached here, and the picture is seen on the screen in front of us. And many a times, almost 90% of the times when we take out this endoscope, we don't have to take even a single suture. Just a steri tape is enough. So it is potentially a stitchless surgery. At the most, we have to take a single stitch. I am showing this because I am trying to tell you the different advancements, but it doesn't mean that all the spinal problems, all the spinal discs can be operated by endoscope or should be operated by endoscope. There are indications, specific indications, and if they are not followed, then merely using this technique is not going to be useful. In fact, there are instances in which if you use endoscopy, the patient will not improve, he will worsen. I'll give you an example. A patient has got a disc prolapse, but along with that, that patient has got what is called as a instability, that is, the vertebral bodies are moving over one another. You remove the disc, the movement of the vertebral bodies will increase, there will be more instability. In these patients, you should not, in fact, it is a contraindication to use endoscopy. So another point one has to remember, that not to insist on technology, though it is available. Please do not insist that your problem should be operated by only by this technique, because your problem needs a particular type of technique. Yes, if it can be operated with endoscope safely and effectively, we will operate with endoscope, laser or radio frequency waves. But if it is going to be unsafe, it is going to be incomplete, if it is going to be ineffective, then endoscope is not a friend but enemy in that case. Then it has to be operated by a particular microscopic technique or some other technique which is correct for that case. So this was in short about spinal endoscopy. Thank you very much. I am attaching a video of spinal endoscopy, spinal endoscopic case in which a person had L4-5 disc prolapse, and we resected that portion with endoscope. It is a very common practice when indicated, of course, in indicated patients. For us, it is a very common practice to operate with endoscope, also with microscope and open techniques. Thank you very much for watching. Spine surgery is a very, very vague subject in people's mind. They have a lot of misconceptions. I have made a film on common misconceptions about spine surgery. Do watch that. And if you have any questions, suggestions, do write to us. Our helplines are given at the end. Thank you very much.